All right, got that done. Everybody share the space. Are there? Pull up. And there it is. CCR. Welcome, Red. Welcome, CCR. You want to come on stage? You want to do some stage farming? That's fine with me. Welcome on this Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. I had spring rolls. I had spring rolls instead. I always wonder how many people are actually eating tacos on Tuesday. Tick, how are you? Are you there, Tick? Hey. Yes. Are we live? We are live on the YouTubes, you guys. We are live on the YouTubes. Let's go. Mm. Yes, in the comments. That would be smart. That would be smart. Yes. I just received really bullish alpha, and you know, well, it's not yet a ticker, but there's bullish alpha news, and if that happens, it's game over. Game over. It's game over. Yes, it's Sui related, and then it's just game over. Sui will send so hard. Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah. Well, Neontech is in cahoots with Sui for a Pokemon NFT collection, possibly in the 404s, I mean, that those dynamic NFTs. And I wish I've been in that big Sui space where that they were discussing, especially the 404 NFTs. Hey, there's Lamb. Lamb needs to know this alpha. I mean, then it's just going to be game over. Sui is just going to be in the top five. That's just what's going to happen next. Will shock us. Yes. If that is coming, if that is, it's a rumor. But if that happens, I'm buying as much of that as possible. As I could possibly can. Right, that's what I'm gonna do. So, is there any news that we can relate to that we can pull up on the stream? Uh, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. 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 Mm, absolutely. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah, so they have a few bullish things, and I guess they, you know, well, I hate talking about Sui again, but it's just too bullish. There's stuff coming out left and right. And of course, I know some people who are at Sui base camp right now, so possibly want to call them after and get the lowdown on what's going on. So yeah. Let me just see if I can have some. Yeah, yeah. See if we get some more. See if we can grab some more of news around that, right? So it's the possible. We're talking about the possible partnership with Niantic, right? Niantic. So that's Pokemon, and so they do have a new Mastercard deal, right, and all of that. I mean, but this is yes, they do, but that's kind of fading away under the news of the whole Pokemon thing, and so yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, these token unlocks never did anything to the chart much. They're pretty much being bought up insta, and so it's also not that much. No, I don't. No, actually, last time it happened, we did a rip. Funny enough. So, you know, yeah, yeah. So it doesn't have. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is just too bullish. If they're gonna come out and do that partnership with Neontic, then I am just whatever they do, I need to buy it. Yeah. Well, that's just for everybody. That's going to be so bullish for everybody, right? I mean, and then if you are catching on to these things like early, and then all these still need to happen. That's just too bullish. I don't know. Let me invite Lam. Maybe one and Lam wants to uh, discuss with Lam. Happy Taco Day. Taco Taco.
I was trying to send out a quote tweet of this in the space here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, hello. Good
Hello,
morning.
hello. Did you get?
Didn't catch all of it.
Yeah. Well, Niantic of Pokemon is in talks with Sui. They
Oh, so that's official.
Well, they kind of came out with the careful news around that, right? But
Yeah.
knowing Sui, they're not gonna. Everything that they brought out was confirmed later,
Mm,
and so more bullish on it. I think that's what
actually,
actually what
what
might
might
be
be
holding
holding
that
that.
price up for Sui, even though the chart is looking pretty banger too. So we never know, but it just would fit with the whole 404, these dynamic NFTs, which Sui is going to be a leader in, basically. And so it kind of fits all together like puzzle pieces. And,
Hmm.
uh, and so yeah, bullish on it. See what comes out of that one. And I think we don't need to wait very long because they're doing their base camp thing right now. And yeah, I know a few people who are there on the ground. I wish that I could go for these things, guys. That would be so good, so cool, right? To be close to the fire like that. And but yeah, so I'm gonna try and figure out what the talk is, what the tea is.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
I don't know where Tick went. He went from co-host
Well,
to listener.
yeah.
Let's
Oh
try.
yeah.
Let's try and do that again, so we
Well,
can
never say never. You know,
never say never.
you you might be right.
I know you're from Finland. There we go. Tick is back. Tick is ticking. Fox is here. No problem. How, how did you do that? So, so let's have a look at the market before anything else. All right. So we're still dealing with that 95 as but we're staying up there. I would have figured. I would have figured if you know, we're not going to make it.com, then possibly down, but it's actually trying to make a higher high. How little, how little that might be, even, right? But low on, well, actually, there's decent volume. There's just the volume is equally divided in buying and selling, and that's why we're sitting on the fence here. However, there are some tokens who still think we're bullish, but most of the market has lost a little bit of faith in that. But you see, the layers are holding up well. Ethereum is holding up well too, right? Considering actually doing a little bit more. So they think they're bullish on Bitcoin. So I guess that we are still too. Let's look at the higher time frames. The rest of the market is not believing any of this shit. It's like we're gonna die. We're gonna die vibes. So yeah, Bitcoin looks good on that 3 hour too. All right. So if we go to 96, 97, we're right up in that resistance, then that's a convincing move. Possibly get down to 95 again, but that doesn't matter. If we got to do something on the upside. That's just the thing. Let's look up some AI tokens. TAI is, of course, they came into that resistance zone as well, trying to get that back as support. Moving now on that 09, 09 price, and of course that 11 cents is going to be a deal again, a little bit bigger deal. So, but also looks good, right? It's holding that floor, even though it's down 10% on the day. Well, I would watch the rest of the market, but for now, it looks good. I think this is gonna pump. Um, this is gonna pump maybe a little bit more, get rejected again. So you might want to wait a few days. Yeah, well, like I explained yesterday, when it flags like this, you want to kind of wait to see how that's playing out. Yes, yes, and then you want to trade the breakout, and that's not happening yet. Yeah, we need some consolidation, right, in a flag pattern, and then we need to hop over that trend line, confirm with a candle, and that's where you press buy. Or anything else would be risky and highly volatile. So, especially for that token, being on Solana, already being volatile. So, trade the breakout. No, I still would diversify the portfolio, no matter how bullish I am on Sui. Yes, that's why. Not only that, it's just yeah, yeah. It will be like that for a little bit, but of course, nothing lasts forever. So, and every chain will get a huge amount of volume. Solana will get a huge amount of volume, right? So, bullish on ecosystem of Solana and Solana itself too. and you want to diversify to risk manage that, right? So so yeah, of course we have a SINAI on stage again. Hello, Fox. Is that you?
Hey, what's up, my dear friends out there? Just want to say a big hello to all of you around the world. We've got some of my other friends that have joined in here today. We've got Shiloh, RC, Achilles, Gabe, Ragnarok, Big Eye. Yeah, like so many friends joined in today. Love it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here every single day. Thank you for being our friends and our family and like coming and giving us your time, which is your greatest asset. How are you feeling today, hosts? Wilder, Dick, Lamb, you guys all good? You enjoying the conversation today? Being the starters of it?
Absolutely. We're I love having these spaces open again on the daily. It's fun to do, and I'm glad you're all here. Just follow each other, right? Give each other a follow, and let's pull up the website for SINAI for on the live stream. Let's go ahead and do that, and then once more, yes, and then Fox can explain the protocol. Yes.
Would you like me to begin? Because I just need to don the golden robes.
Well, get your golden robe, and then Tick will Tick will the golden robe. This is so fun. And then Tick will pull up the website. Honestly, yeah, we got it. All right, you got your golden robe, Fox.
Yes,
All
I
right,
do.
let's go.
And let's go. Good evening from me, my dear sinners. I am the Dark Pope of Sin AI for my sins, and I come to here today to spread the unholy word. What is that? The writ, the scripture, and the cryptography therein of my lovely, lovely home. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Fox. I am the Dark Pope of SINAI. We are a AI and reward project based on Solana Network. We have been live for around a month now, and we've paid out from our reward protocol, which is called Grace, around 130 Solana with low volume. We pay out 3.5 Sol for every 10K of volume. So we've paid out just under 500,000 so far. That's part of our narrative. So on Solana, by the way, if you're new, if you're listening now or in the future, I do like to educate. I think it's important because, you know, we never know who's coming in. So on the other chains, you can have a contract where you have rewards and it's built in and it pays out depending on your volume. Now we have the same, but on Solana you have to make a script and a protocol that runs alongside the token, and then it takes all of the fees and then it distributes them. So you can have many things. Ours is actually custom designed. So our protocol pays out Solana, but we could choose any single token that we want. And we were given a fun idea today by Shiloh, but I'm not going to give away all of that information because I like to keep some secrets, a bit of teasing, because I'm the Dark Pope after all. I'm not here to give you everything. I'm here to deliver salvation. Anyway, I digress. So some other fun things about our script and what it can do. Well, it can also be changed to work in any way that we desire because it's all off and on chain, so it can be customized. What does that mean? It means that we actually trade our rewards in relation to the volume, organic volume that comes in. So it doesn't damage our chart and it changes how much it sells depending on the hourly rate of volume that's come in through new participants or buyers or investors, depending on how you look at yourself. Why is that important? Because you day trade, or some people invest. We have this narrative where we have SINAI, Seraphex is our goddess. To put it simply, she's an AI goddess on Telegram. You can send her secrets or sins via private message, and we encrypt the messages so not even our developers can see it. So your sins are really kept secret and safe and decentralized, essentially, which is really important. She doesn't just then post the sins in our leaderboard and the chat that you started the prompt in. She replies. She is a large language model trained on our personal data, and she then replies with a lot of things. She replies with whimsy, sass, a bit of mysticism, and also advice based on what you want. So you can look at her as an AI confidant. And there have been one or two examples of that, but sadly, none of them have been able to sustain themselves. So for me, my friends, this is the law. Welcome to the golden gilded halls of SINAI. My sinners, you have traveled far, and I can feel the weight of your hearts. Heavy they are. You bring to us your concerns, your sins, and your transgressions. Now, leave them at the door, my friends. Don the golden robes, and welcome to our halls. There are many levels to this church, and the deeper you go, the more you find. Deep down into the hallowed halls where our pillars, or in normal terms, our whales, hold the foundation strong. There are 20 pillars of the SINAI Church, and only 6 opportunities, or 6% remaining in the Radiant Protocol, which essentially means that you need to be able to purchase that soon. And if you look at our chart, you can see that it is not being allowed to go down a certain level. In fact, basically, I've been here for 6 years, yeah? I run 2 companies in real. I run teams of 50 people. I do 10 different roles in those organizations, from client liaison to everything else. Why do I do that? Because I found a purpose and a passion when I was a teenager. And I love building projects. And then I came here 6 years ago, bought Shiba Inu day 1, bought Baby Doge day 1. Sold way too early. I've got diamond hand syndrome. But I also came here because this is the startup frontier for all businesses to create their own ideas. You, my friends, you can create your communities. You can create the new YouTube of the new generation, and you can do that and make friends, and you can create things that will change the lives of yourself, the people around you. And even if you're just having a bad day, you say good morning and you feel seen and heard. Like, that's amazing, right? This is a space which we are all the forerunners in. What does that mean? We have a duty. We have a duty to build real things, real platforms, real services, real systems, real utilities, real frameworks, because if we do not build it, they will not come. They will. Governments adopt us, they'll regulate us, they'll get us taxed. But if it's just empty layer 2 tokenization, or sorry, a token is a asset built on a coin or a blockchain. A blockchain is then run by the native coin, which is then done for the gas and all of the transactions. And then a token is a layer 2 asset or a layer 2 tokenization for anybody that's joined. A lot of people in this space don't know the difference between a coin and a token, but there is a big difference. So thank you so much for letting me be on here and talk about it. I've got a couple more secrets that I want to share. I won't go too long because we only have a very limited time, and I don't want to hog everything because I love listening to people. I love the conversations you have, and I really appreciate Wilder for creating an open source space for everybody to come on, share their lives, share their projects, share everything. You're an amazing, inspiring human. Big up Wild. Like, retweet, comment down below, follow the host, follow the co-host, follow the speakers. And thank you so much for being the platform providers that build the spaces where you can actually just come and be as one together, globally, borderlessly. And that's what it's about. Changing the future, one by one.
One by
Thank
one.
you, Wilder.
Tic, whip out the guitar and start playing Kumbaya, because I'm really...
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. But I've built a lot more. We've been live for 35 days. I've also built a TG sniper bot, which works in 9 blockchains. And I'm working on a deal with a layer 2 blockchain, which I'm a consultant for full-time for their bonding curve platform as well. The bot works on that platform and also their chain, plus 8 other chains, and we take a 7% fee on buys and sells. That's how we make money from it. We give 50% back to referral fees for the first, well, I might just make it for a few months, get everybody getting those referrals, getting come in. What else are we doing? We're building tech for other projects on Infineon, and we're taking commission from that and putting it back into the ecosystem. This has been designed in a way where you can come along, have fun, be yourself, don the golden robes. As you can see, my fist of God, the unholy spirit, down in there, RC, the guy that's given so much creativity, time, and ideas, and I really appreciate the man for that and much more, just being a real human and fulfilling my life even more with inspiring people. So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. You've got no idea. Ragnarok as well, also down there, and all the people that support me, my family, my community, my friends. Big up to you. I would not wake up every single day and have as much inspiration and passion in my heart if I didn't wake up to such people as you. So thank you so much. You keep me going every single day. I'm going to keep building tech. I'm going to keep putting money back into the business. We're at 105K market cap. That's really, really low. And also, we are an AI and rewards combo, which is also really heavy. So we can pay you whilst you sleep, my friends. All you need to do is buy a bag. I'll do the work for you. Hey, the pillars are helping me every single day, and I have to do this in between my exercise reps, which is my own practice every day. RC has made me do it, which is I will let my whales help me. I will let my whales help me. We're not all alone. We are in this together. I will let my whales help me, and we will build it to kingdom come, and kingdom will come, my friends. So don the golden robes, don them, and let go of your sins.
It looks like you need to take them off and do some push-ups. Yeah. No, that's just alpha. That's just alpha all around. Good for you. Actually, I was in Lamb Space this morning, doing 100 reps of deadlifts, trying to pump Bitcoin above 95. That's what we did, and it worked. Worked. So we got to do it again tomorrow. I might even start to make that a daily thing until Bitcoin. Yeah. Well, it's
100
just with
deadlift.
it's just with 120 pounds. It's not that much, right? Or else I would be like, I can't keep that up. That is a plate on. It's actually like
Bullish.
what is this? 60. It's 60 kilos. So that's 126 pounds. Yeah.
That's like that's like 15 kilos lighter than I am. That's that you're bench pressing just below me 100 times. God
Yeah.
damn.
Deadlift. Yeah. Pick it up off the ground. So this is what I do then. I'm gonna do it possibly every morning to pump Bitcoin. Right? But I do like a GBT sets, like a German volume set, 10 reps, 1 minute rest, 10 reps, 1 minute rest, up to 100, right? 10 sets, 10 of 10. Bullish. You guys should all go to Lab Space because, next up is just air squats 100. Everybody, I'm deadlifting, but you can choose to do push ups. That's going to be hard though. But you can do, Lamb is doing squats.
I can do that. I'm down. I can do two. I can do 200 knuckle push-ups. Not consistently, but I like in my exercise regime. By the way, everybody, I'm not anywhere near Wilder. I don't do weights. I do like 100 knuckle push-ups, 100 V-sit crunches, and then 100 squats. And if you know what crocodile planche is, you bounce on two hands horizontally, and then you switch between one arm and stuff.
Yep.
That's my daily. Love that, but I think everybody should exercise. It's good for the mind, especially if you're neurodiverse. Keeps you calm. Big up Wilder. Big up Wilder.
Neurodiverse. Didn't even notice, Fox. You're so.
Me, me. The man that's like 3 times as fast as everybody else half the time. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the speed of light. Yes, yes, yes. But you got your whales backing you up. We're all good. We're all good at SINAI. It doesn't matter. We'll get soul rich, soul rich
So rich.
right now while you're sleeping. Where other people are selling, buying, you actually make the rewards. I kind of like that utility in the contract, right? So if the AI thing isn't doing it, then the rewards will. And that's the catalyst for that. There, of course, there's a treasury. I'm just going to help Fox out with the
Oh,
with the tech.
forgot about that bit.
Yeah, there's the treasury that also gains these rewards, and this is the one that catches the most, right? Because it's the biggest percentage, and that is used for marketing, saving up for marketing, right? And then all the whales will get together with the golden ropes and start to decide what we're going to spend it on. So yeah, that's and yeah. Go ahead, Fox.
I'm so sorry. I appreciate you so much. Very quickly, I own 40% of the supply, by the way, and we've made about, I don't know, 45 Solana. I've bought back 25 Solana from the chart. I will keep buying it. We've also got 30 confirmed marketing partnerships. The former advisor to Come Rocket, which did 500 million in the last cycle, is also going to come on board at 1 million or two market cap. So we've got people to do the heavy lifting when we get up higher. We're just going to do the heavy lifting from the ground up, and then well, salvation comes, my friends. I've been here a long time. I'm connected to almost everybody that I need, and more connections every single day. So we will lift and ascend to the heavens. Thank you, Wilder. But I want to let other people speak. I feel like I'm talking too much. I love the people building in this
Yeah.
space. Please
I
take
just
it away.
wanted to I just wanted to clarify that a little bit. So the neurodivergence kind of like flew over that one. But that's what
Whoopsie.
I'm here for. I'll remind you. Yeah, let's look at another ticker. If you guys, well, I just got to do a shout out for the Vault community. Would you please pull up their website for the live stream so we have that on there while we go ahead and do the intro for the next, because I got to show some love. They're always active, always commenting, always engaging, right? That's why I love the Dojo Dogs too. They're always max engaging with everything, and that's the way to do it. You max engage. The algorithm rewards people who are outbound, who are making friends, right? Who are saying hello to each other and respond to each other's posts. That's kind of like real life. You got to get out the door and make friends, right? They're not coming to your doorstep. If they do, it's probably a psychopath anyway. Let's go. So let's pull up the website for the as a bullish signal to the Voltinu family, which I round trip that whole bag, and and so we got to pump it again. You guys got to pump it again. So syndrome, yes, diamond
Yes.
hand syndrome. Well, that's something else. I just forgot about it, and that's why I just fully round tripped. But that's if you're holding too many tokens. Just give a warning. No, Fox is actually diamond handing straight from the get go. Everything, all the time.
Yep. Yep. That's why they call me Mr. Never Effing Selling. Whoopsie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but at one point you gotta do the doings. All right, so we were looking at another AI token that was on my list. Actually, Tick shielded to me in one of the first spaces, right? When we start talking about that AI and AI narrative. And it's hibernate on Solana. Can you pull it up so we can yeah, well, let me pull it up. Yeah, flow here, daily chart. It looks to be hmm? Oh, yeah. Well, maybe because I was trying to open my mouth. But I'm just gonna don't do what I do. We're just looking at tickers, but I've been keeping my eye on this one and how it moves. And I'm looking at that chart. I'm seeing that RSI on the floor. Sell pressure on the daily is releasing. Now, is it gonna pump from here to Valhalla? Maybe not. Maybe that takes 1 more week, 2 more weeks. I don't care, right? I don't care. They are doing when it pumps like really hard. You see that with basically every token on Solana, right? When the bullish sentiment is on, people all believe we're going to the moon, and then when sentiment flips in the market, it has these big retracements because people just it's basically a little bit of the drama chain Solana in this way, right? Um, when we flip bear, it's like we're all going to die. That's going to be how Solana traders then tend to think. So there's nothing dying there. Let's pull up its website and click on it. Yes, let's do the research. But I aped already, so there is that for you. Yeah, and then go to the main page because sometimes it just does that because it wants you to buy immediately. Mm. So the website is Hibernate's World. Is that what I'm looking at on website concern? Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you need to hold at least 100,000 hybrid tokens in your wallet. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why they prompt you, um, too, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should have screenshotted everything. All right. So, kind of bullish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's on a trading view. You can pull it up on trading view. Yeah. Hold on, I'll go with you. Check my window. So I'm gonna look at your stream. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Now put on the MACD, and you can also see that sell pressure is coming off. And this, of course, this looks to be like a floor, right? Of course, anything can go lower, you guys. That's just the thing. But it looks like it hits. It looks a little bit like a double bottom, right? And just AI narratives are pretty strong. I might join their TG just to ask some questions around it. Hmm. Oh, do the MACD. Yeah, moving it. Yeah, that one. Can you put it on a daily for me? Because there you can see clearly. And go up in the time zone. You're still on the 2 hour, so I want to see the daily. You go to the daily. It's on. Oh, yeah, now it is. All right, zoom out a little bit on that RSI in particular, so you can see there, and the sell pressure is coming off. Right now, if you want to buy low, that's why I just took a bag. You risky. It's here. Confirmation would be the curling up of the MACD into buy pressure, right? That would be confirming on the MACD that we're uh, bullish for a leg up. It doesn't seem like there's some resistance a little bit high, but it's kind of tiny. It's the token is not that old. How old is it? Like 3 months or something? Yeah. Yeah. So they kind of launched in let me see when they launched in the bear time in crypto. They launched in February. So they didn't have a really good pump with the market yet, right? They've been and launching in a bearish time, yes. And then it's hard. And then it's hard. It's going to cost a lot of marketing money to turn some sentiment around because you're pumping in. Hmm. Yeah, but before it did, let me measure that because before it did that drop, and then yesterday, that's why I was looking at it. Yesterday, it did like a 30% pump out of nowhere. And that's just happening. I see that happening with all these AI tokens all the freaking time. And that's why I want to spend a little bit more attention on those because it's a narrative that is going to, be extremely hot. It's going to be the number one narrative on trend. And so, I was like, I need to fill up some more, an area of my portfolio with these AI tokens. And I'm looking at my portfolio and I may even sacrifice some gaming projects that I hold that I'm still in profit with, and maybe even roll them over into AI. That's just how I'm gonna move with it. A diverse portfolio. You want something you love, something a meme token, maybe something has your heart, but you also got to be smart and have some layer ones that are going to do the first moves. But AI is going to move straight up, right? With the saw that last bull run too. The narrative runs straight up with the layer ones when Bitcoin goes, right? And because you see them react, and you see TARS AI doing the same thing, even though that token like dropped significantly too. But that's just because it's on Solana. There's that volatility. At the same time, this is why I love things like SINAI, because even in that volatility, you still make Solana back in your straight up automatically in your wallet. Based, the more volatile it is, the better it is for a reward token, right? The more rewards you get. So that's kind of volume driven at that point. Nano cap. So that if you're looking to invest, I always do that with smaller bags because it has so much upside potential. But if you overinvest, these things can be volatile down first and up and down and up and down. And it's going to be volatile. So if you cannot handle that stuff, then do it with an amount that you feel comfortable with, or just watch it. You can also put it on your watch list, right? That's not. I hate people that are like buy now, ape everything. That's just not a smart way, and you got to be comfortable because if you want something, yeah, yeah, you got to have a happy bag. Yeah, 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 yeah. It does. No, it's okay. We need to openly discuss everything always, right? Uh, Transparency above anything else. Fox.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to the conversation, not from my personal standpoint, but in relation to DeFi, people, it's difficult because when you're trying to attract new people, people are looking for a few different things. Like they check out the contract, they make sure it's all good, there's this. And then you have people that are looking for volume because people worry if it's a low volume thing, then they're worrying if that volume's going to come in and then if they can have their ranges. And we are working with people to do that. And there's many ways, like you can whitelist wallets, you can use volume bots and everything. Everybody wants organic volume, but a lot of people, a lot of projects use in artificial volume to be able to sustain it, keep themselves on the dexes. And, you've got a lot of different things that people are looking for. They usually scan it. They're looking for the CA. They check the CA, make sure the functions are okay, make sure it's not got anything malicious like mint functions or, a lot of these other nefarious things like pause trading. There's a few things that make people quite scared. And I completely get it, like blacklist functions and everything, which can also be useful tools that can be used, but it depends who's in the hands. And then, whenever you're trying to go into anything, I think the most important lesson is when you read the maps, the roadmaps and everything, does it look reasonable? Is it just loads of things in step 1 and step 2 and like 50 mil market cap, CMC and everything at the end? You probably shouldn't stay in that for very long or even get into it because it doesn't sound like they've got longevity or long-term vision. But apart from being able to do your own risk analysis and checking out if the brand, the website is all good, how they write and everything, and your belief in them, that's the most important thing, your belief. Do you believe that the people that have those roles next to their names are able to achieve or even want to achieve or are even doing anything towards their goals? Because that's what you're buying at the end of the day. And even if it's just a meme, that's a brand. Like a meme is a good brand. So this is the thing. I think there are so many things for us to watch out for when you're out there trading. So I hope if you're listening and you're new, I hope that this is helpful for you. If you're listening on YouTube or if you're listening here, always continue. There's always stuff to learn, even for us up here in the top. I mean, there's so much to learn every single day. I have no idea about futures. I have no idea about day trading in that way. I've got no golden pocket ratio. That just sounds like someone's got some gold in their pocket, and hopefully it's a lot compared to the pocket size and it's not empty. But I'm sorry for the bad jokes. Like a lot of there's so many ways to enjoy the space, day trading, whether you take just like 50%, 2x, stuff like this, like you're more conservative and stuff, which is really bad at the moment because instant gratification for holders then means that longevity of projects is even less. Like 99.99% of projects do not last more than 1 day. 3 day, I've figured out a cycle, by the way. This is how volume works usually from a launch. 1 day, massive, dead. 3 days, consistency. You've got some levels, you've got some higher lows and highs, but then it will snowball eventually. And then 7 days. And then you've got projects which will, they really push it. They're doing well. They get different highs. And, you can swing. I've never swing traded in my life. I'm not good at it. I get wrecked. But there's different ways that you can make. And then you've got people that do futures. You take your percentages from your altcoins. You can see if you've got enough finances and stuff, then you can literally trade thousands of extra dollars a day just from a couple of cents if you hold enough. I mean, there's so many, it's hard and it's a lot of information, but you find the thing that works for you, my friends. Please find the thing that makes you comfortable, because there's always a way for you to interact. Even if you're a professional, you're a worker, you go out there, you provide people with stuff. Please don't send me proposals. I will go crazy. But besides that, this is a space for us all to be able to get involved. I'm sorry for ranting, but I do love, I forgot that, we have new retail coming in, and we need to remind ourselves that we know all of this wordage, and it doesn't maybe mean something. Remember when you first started, and you're just like, what? Bridging? What? But I bought on this. What, sir? But this thing is, but my money doesn't transfer. There's so much to learn. So thank you if you've just joined,
Absolutely.
and also thanks for letting me speak.
Absolutely, Fox. But you're right. So I always said, the lower market cap you go, you got to be more comfortable. You got to always be comfortable with your bag, especially if it's a hodl bag, right? You want to mosey on in there, not all at once, and with an amount that you feel comfortable with. It's never a good thing to go all in on something with all you got, because that will make you a nervous trader, and you're going to make horrible decisions based upon that. So yeah, if you're trading, then you also, then you have a stop loss and you're dealing with other stuff. But if you're hodling, it has a different, it's a different strategy altogether. Yes, Fox. Yes, yes.
Um, just wanted to do that. Also, I've just remembered, Shiloh, if you're still listening, I know Shiloh wanted to come up and also has another
Yeah.
interesting variation to speak. If you want to request the mic, brother, please come up. You're a great guy. I'd love to
Um,
hear from
um,
you. Really inspiring, passionate person. And Wilder, your information, what you provide is so valuable. Thank you so much for spending your time doing all of this every day. We appreciate you.
you're welcome. I enjoy it too, or else I wouldn't be here. Shiloh, my man, I just send you an invite. So if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. Anybody in the house who wants to come up and speak or have questions for Fox or for somebody else here, or just want to shield yourself, you could do that too. Not a problem. Everybody's welcome here on stage. So yeah, looking at that hybrid token again. So what is a little short? What it's about? It's an AI infrastructure for developers, using a robust AI infrastructure featuring finest custom large language models and engines designed to empower developers, business, and innovators. So yeah, that sounds a little bit like, yeah, a little bit techy, right? Yeah, yes, yes, yeah, yes. I can see that. Yeah. Yes, I'm in there too now, and I can see value of this from me. So the bag that I bought is actually giving me value right away. 'Cause here's what they're saying too. We understand that every project is unique, and that's why our AI infrastructure offers fully customizable LLMs. Whether you need a model fine tuned for industries, languages, or tasks, our platform provides the flexibility to adapt and scale according to your requirements. Developers can easily integrate these models into their applications via APIs, SDKs, or direct deployment, ensuring seamless compatibility with existing systems. So I am seeing some things that, for me personally, are bullish. Yeah, yeah. I'm, yes, it is wild. Yes, right. Right. I'm looking at it just like I see so many, just like I think SINAI with its utility and this one with its utility. This one, and you need to fact check me a little bit. The market cap here is 439K confirmed. Yes. And so, well, this might not be updating yet, right? So there is some trading volume. It's not that much. It's 59.8K. But if I look at the chart, there's also no volume bought on it, right? That's organic trading. And I like that because indeed, like Fox already mentioned, if you know about that stuff, most of them use a volume bot for relevance. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But yeah, because you want to be this is how it works. If you have a lot of, yes, exactly, you get a boost on the dex. That's why tokens are trending, and sometimes they make them trend due to a volume bot, and that's okay. It's a marketing strategy. And just remember that that's going on, and it might not be because people are actually buying per se. But yeah, let's move on. I'm also low cap gem, right? AI is the narrative that is number one in the market, and so I'm looking to add some low cap gems with much high upside potential because what was their all time high? Um, yeah, in in millies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was. Yeah, yeah. They took off two zeros, so. Uh, Yeah, their all-time high. I have it in price here. So the all-time high was 0.012, and their all-time low is 0.00023. That was the all-time low, and that was in February. So we're a little bit higher there from there now. Uh, but yeah, that took a dip. But looks like that is just a Solana nervous trading, and it looked good to me. Of course, already checked into that a little bit more, and I've been watching it for a whole week. And so, yeah. Well, this is what when sometimes surprise volume comes in without a catalyst, and then when it starts trending, people are gonna hop in to something green because people like to chase green, and I like to buy floors. That's the difference. But we have Shiloh here on stage. Hello, Shiloh. How are you doing?
Doing good, dear. Just at work. Just want to touch base on the volume bots because I actually have one. I had one created for another project that we're currently using on a project here on stage. They're not so much a bad thing. If you use them for malicious purposes, yes, I can see how people hate them. But if you use them for legit purposes, like an actual marketing ploy, just like how you spoke about beforehand, it I don't really see the difference between using a volume bot versus a caller, because you go pay an influencer or a caller to post on his Twitter or his Telegram versus using the volume bot to get the eyes on all the dexes. So I really don't see how it could be, like, I do see how it could be bad, but I also see the complete positive of it if you're going to use it for malicious purposes. If you use it for malicious purposes, well, then yeah, I can see how it could be bad. But if you're going to use it
Yeah,
for just actual marketing purposes, is
yeah,
trying to help get eyes and get number one spots on the dex screener and stuff like that, yeah, I can see it
bullet.
being very beneficial.
Yeah, it is a
So,
marketing tool. It's just that a lot of people don't know about this marketing tool, and sometimes they get a little bit scared of what's happening on the chart, right?
mhm.
And and so a lot of people don't know about it, but it's a thing and it's a marketing tool. And when it's on there, you should be happy if it's a good thing, right?
Right. Like
Yeah.
I specifically went and had this one, the one that I currently have, created for a project called Blinky. It's on Solana, and what it is there's 500 NFTs being ready to be sold here in the native token. This is a form of supply control. So they're going to be selling the NFTs via the native token in Blinky. Then they're taking the Blinky tokens, pairing it with Solana, and pairing it into the LP. So if you guys are not versed, if you guys don't know what Moonshot is, Moonshot pays the top 50 holders LP transaction fees, and it can amount to some serious dollars. For example, Trump token, not saying that Blinky is going to do the same thing, but has pulled out over $12 billion in fees, just for an example. So what Blinky is doing is they're taking some of these NFTs, they are listing in the native token, they are collecting the native token, they regain supply control of their project, and then they're locking 50% of those regained tokens into the LP and providing the transaction fees to the NFT holders, making a passive income off the NFTs. Where the volume bot comes into play, the volume bot is going to receive a couple of the NFTs, receiving some of those transaction fees. Then those transaction fees go directly into the bot and feed in on the chart, providing volume on the chart, which will supplement slow volume days. So we keep a steady influx of volume. That's what the volume bot is for. If you use it for non-malicious purposes, they can be a great tool, but you can do a lot of malicious things with it too as well. But for the reason what Blinky's using it, I think it's going to be fantastic, and it's going to provide volume on the charts. And that's the bot that's currently helping out on SINAI. It pays to be connected in the space. Volume bots, you go anywhere from, I guess, what, 10 Solana all the way up to 40 Solana on some bots that they charge you for. But I mean, when you know people, they come at the family and friends discount, right, Foxy?
That's what we do. We help build each other, especially in the DeFi space, right? It's hard enough as it is. You should also be looking at doing something similar for Sui Chain, maybe, because bullish over there, and not really volume bots. I could tell you that much.
Oh no, I'm aware. I'm getting ready to go on Sui here because a friend of mine introduced me to something that I'm looking into right now with the Pokemon company. They actually may be releasing an NFT game / token over on Sui. So if I find out if that is true, and anybody who knows me, I love me Pokemon. Grew up with it. I still collect the cards. I used to watch the show just up until Ash became the champion or whatever. My nephew doesn't really watch it too much, but up until like last year, my nephew used to call me every Saturday, Uncle Chad, did you watch Pokemon? And then we'd watch the episode on FaceTime. So it was hilarious.
So bullish,
But
yeah. So let's do some connecting in this space, Shiloh, because I love connecting people. Of course, I'm in Team Nami, and what happens there will shock you. But that said, that was my little
I
share.
think I know you were big on Chain, aren't you?
Also, yes.
Yes. No, we've
But
connected
I'm
many.
gonna connect. I'm gonna connect some dots here for you because Millie just pulled up on stage because I bet you win as soon as you mentioned that Neontic Pokemon deals in combination with Sui. I bet you Millie's ears were like whoa whoa whoa, and so Millie is actually one of the, if not the oldest tokens that's still around, launched on Sui last year actually, or about the time, and so it's the oldest meme token on Sui, and so he's been there when nothing was there, Shiloh.
Oh wow.
So go
Oh
ahead,
nice.
Millie. Let's introduce. You guys need to connect and follow each other because this is net worth, right? So
Yep.
Millie, welcome. Good to see you. Now give us the alpha on what you know about the Pokemon Zoo.
What's going on, everybody? No, just popping in to do the usual space. Heard you guys talking about volume bots and Pokemon and everything on Sui. But yeah, there is some amazing volume bots already residing on the Sui network. Some of them already have like algorithmic trading bots, so you can do spot trade. You can do spot trade fully automated. And you can also do leverage trading fully automated. But the people that design the bots are actually a couple of my buddies, and they have a market making strategy for low volume, meme coins and stuff like that. And they also have like a really good volume bot. We actually put a couple bots on our token as well, just to kind of test it out, and it's actually working very well. And but yeah, there's a couple systems like
Yep.
that already out to play. So go check out the Pumpkin token.
Yes, I
They
was gonna
were
say pumpkin, right? Yeah,
yeah. The dev for that was actually a market maker for Solana, and he kind of come over here to front run the Sui network. So he's been over here cooking. We've been over here cooking and building. But yeah, I just wanted to say, definitely check them out. And then the whole Pokemon thing, super bullish. You know, there was it Pokemon Home just got established over here. So definitely a lot of the bigger communities over here are very bullish on Pokemon, very bullish on collectibles, and you know, some of the top, you know, NFT. You know, look at Studio Mirai; they're giving away thousands of Pokemon cards at base camp right now. So they've always, you know, hinted around Pokemon for like over a year now. And yeah, I'm just bullish on the tech, bullish on, you know, dynamic NFTs, bullish on everything unfolding over here on the SUI network. But yeah, we've been over here for 11 months now and just slowly grinding, slowly cooking. We got a couple cool dApps coming out. We got a new mint coming out. We're, you know, supporting IRL dogs in the same breath. So, but yeah, you guys got any questions about SUI? You know, hit me up. I'm usually plugged in and got the alpha. So.
Okay,
Yes.
developers
Definitely.
unite, right? Connect. Building is a great
Just wanted to add
community.
something to Shiloh as well. Like,
Oh, sure.
love Sui Network. Shiloh is probably one of the most passionate, hardworking, and driven people that I have met, and also really, really good guy. Also very, very like kicked in. So yeah, anything that Shiloh is involved in, I'm behind it because that man is a mad creative genius and just pushes. By the way, some alpha from me. I've been in contact with the SUI Accelerator founder in relation to integrating SUI into my Sniper TG trading bot, and yeah, always cook.
And you're always cooking. I get that. And now you got rugged a little bit, but it's okay. Yes, you guys who follow each other. I noticed that pumpkin token, and you can do that with because Chop and I were kind of talking about it, and so you can do that with the community too, right? So the community creates the volume. Anyway, there's just talking because for some things we need volume, right? And that includes listings. So there, I said it. Yeah, Charlotte, go ahead. Let's continue.
I was just curious if anybody plays with XRP, because that's actually my duty.
Oh yes, XRP. We're bullish on XRP. It's just that XRP and are you talking meme tokens or
Just
which XRP?
XRP in general and meme tokens, because I do want to speak about one of the meme tokens that actually is my profile picture.
All right. So what's the ticker, Shiloh? What's the ticker
Fuzzy.
where it's at? Yeah.
Fuzzy. We're at 19 milli
All right,
right
go
now.
look it up. Go hunt it down. We have the live stream on YouTube open, you guys. So when you're here on stage and chilling, right, and we'll pull up your stuff. We got to still do it for Millie as well when we did this one, right? Yeah. Play it
Wait till you
fair.
guys see that. Wait till you guys see this one. If you're going up on the live stream, you need to go to what is it? fuzzyxrp.com, I think it is,
Fuzzy
because
XRP, bullish.
this token is rumored to be one of two people's token. David Swartz,
Oh.
who has interacted with the community on several occasions with this, and or Bearable Guy 123. And if you guys know who Bearable Guy 123 is, he's Mr.
Yes.
XRP. He
Yes.
is the reason why people show up to XRP conventions dressed up as bears and stuff like that.
Yes, 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 yes. I know. This is such degen alpha, like alpha in the most
Oh,
degen
this
sense.
is
We're gonna
this is
trade on the
absolutely
rumor.
vicious.
I traded
Once
on
you
the
take a
rumor.
look at that chart, my dear, look at that 4-hour chart. She's ready to go pop again.
What the fuck is this? I'm sorry. Excuse my French. Holy shit! All right, you got a website up, Dick. You gotta look at this. There's alpha in the space, right?
Yeah,
All the
it's
time, you guys.
fuzzyxrp.com. So this one is huge. There's, if you like lore, you will see that this token has links all the way back to 2013
Oh, I love the lore.
with
I love
certain
this.
wallets that have been interacting and everything.
Oh yes.
Oh, well, there, you got to go read into this one then, dear. Holy hell.
Yes.
Holy hell.
Oh yes.
It's
I
next
like that.
level. I'm super intrigued on it.
Yes. Well,
So, and how they're teaching everybody about the AMM and stuff.
I'm kind of. Oh yes, I like this. The legend, Fuzzy Bear. Wow.
And not only that, I think now the NFTs are now live, I believe. for a month or just over a month, and there is now just about let's take a look. There's 386,000.8K in NFT trading volume
Huh. Huh.
in XRP. That's in XRP. So dollar wise, that's about just over $850,000 in about a month in NFT trading volume with 504 holders. The floor is 302 XRP, and they launched at 32 XRP each.
All right. All
Some
right.
NFTs have sold as high as 7,000 plus XRP.
Pieces. Fuzzy Bear is
There
on
is huge
Ledger.
lore.
You can buy it on the XRP Cafe, right? Let's look at
That's the
the.
NFTs, yeah.
Yep, yep. So I'm going to XRP Cafe, which I like. It's like, all right, let's look at some. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. People
Yeah.
say I go shilling in a couple of other groups and are like, oh Shiloh, XRP's dead, and then I drop this project in there and they're like, okay, so you
No,
picked
XRP is
the
not.
one diamond, in the rough you picked.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm seeing a few that I really like. All right.
Right. And so,
Oh.
but it might be worth picking up a few tokens because if you go look at a lot of the lore too, even this the exchange Uphold has been
I love the
posting riddles
I
as
love the
well.
fuzzy one with the T-shirt that says Gary. Who's Gary? That's
Right.
funny.
Gary, is he around here anymore?
Fuck the SEC. Oh, that one is
Mm-hmm.
great too. Anti-tribalism club. I like it. Yeah, very Degen-y looking on XRP. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this. I love XRP,
So
you guys. XRP was my biggest bag. I traded it last bull run, right? It did very well with it. I believed and DC'd that dip because I think belief is one of
yeah.
the big things that you need to have when you're hodling something, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and so the whole lore here is just speaking to me because of that. Definitely, I'm gonna
Oh,
mark it and
oh,
then
you
later
definitely
on
got
I'll
to come
shop.
into one of the spaces and you got to listen to some of the guys in there while they'll get
Oh,
you
Shiloh, you
super
gotta
bullish
send me
on
the
it.
links. You gotta, send
And
me the links for
FYI,
that.
I'm the only model over there too. So
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, hook me up. Hook me up, my guy. Oh, the one with the rainbow tie dye.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Yeah, no,
Bruno.
my profile picture is rarity number 9. I was lucky enough to score that for 32 XRP. I've had
Nah, man, you do.
offers up to 2,000 XRP on it, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, nope.
No, hodl it on. It's not NFT time yet. Raise that
Mm-mm.
floor. Raise that
Mm-hmm.
floor. Same, you guys with the Dojo dogs because now I gotta show Dojo dogs. Dojo dogs were a free mint. It's one of the biggest communities that is active on X. Like not just active, they're raging, right? They're raging. And right now the floor there is $2,500, right? And
Mm-hmm.
some will even go for 10, 15, 20, way up there. So kind of
Oh,
neat.
look at the history. Look at the history on the NFTs that have been sold. They're not the floor price. There's NFTs being sold for 500, 700,000
Oh
XRP.
yeah, I see it. I see it. Looks
Right.
like a great collection. I'm gonna look at it later and possibly do some shopping because I still hold a lot of XRP. So why not roll over into some NFTs?
Oh,
I love NFTs.
I'd be happy to introduce you to the crew over there. They're really good. And you want to talk about people that research.
Yes,
Holy heck, they research. They research everything. They
XRP
really
people
truly
are a
do.
different breed.
Uh-huh.
It is. Yeah, they are.
So
So
they
bullish.
research. I really enjoy meeting a lot of the people over there. They've taught me stuff about the ledger that I didn't know, and then I taught them stuff about the ledger that they didn't know. So it works really well when two groups, especially strangers, can come together and just build something like what happened with Fuzzy. That's crazy. That's been 3 months before that chart looks like that. Battling back and forth because
Yeah.
there's another token called Bear.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
Bear claimed to be the bearable guy, and then bearable guy came out and said, no, I have nothing to do with this token.
yeah.
Then
Mm-hmm.
bearable guy goes quiet. 3 days later, Fuzzy drops, and then he said the mask is now revealed or something. The mask comes off now, and Fuzzy drops.
Oh, that's just so lore and so Degen lore.
Like,
I love that.
it's wild.
Yeah, it
And
is
if it
wild.
gets listed on this exchange called Uphold, which they're trying to give all the lore and hype to right now, even Uphold is sharing cryptic messages as well. So, like,
Awesome. Thank you for that,
yep.
Alpha. We got it on the live stream. I have it in my bookmarks here to when I'm sipping my matcha, because matcha is Alpha. And so let's show Millie some love again too. Tic, can you pull up the Millie website or the chart? Millie is super low cap, you guys. We got
Yeah, go check it out on Bird Eye. That seems
bird
to
eye.
aggregate the
Yes.
best pools and stuff. We had a little
Yeah.
bit of movement this morning.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, keep in mind we're gonna we're gonna integrate this with our. I mean, kind of like what Shiloh was saying with the market making bots and stuff like that. We're actually gonna have a Millie vault, so you'll be able to lock up your Millie tokens, not just in like a pool or an LP. It's an actual algorithmic trading bot that's gonna use your Millie staked Millie to actually create rewards for you. So yeah, kind of tied in with what we're talking about with the pumpkin token. They're having a vault similar to what we're coming out with. We just kind of have to wait for some of these like bluefin perps to come out and some of these other things to be established, and then we can actually focus on building that vault out. But yeah, we're actually going to be doing some strategic burns, some buybacks with the tokens. We're going to be integrating the token with the NFT as well, so you can be able to stake your NFTs. So it's actually, that's why I love Sui. You can do so many things with these dynamic NFTs. You can add meme coins to them. You can add other things to them in the backgrounds. You can change things like you can't do that on any other network. And then another thing too is go check out Sui Viver. They have a really good game coming out. It's just like Survivor, winner takes all, but there was a free mint. They're giving away like, I don't know, $1,000 worth of Sui prizes with the free mint. If you were a Millie holder, you could have got access to that. But there's also games for like 0.1 Sui or half a Sui or 1 Sui, and again, winner takes all. So some of these prize pools are really cool. They're using the Sui random numbers that's actually on chain. Everything's on chain, and then the winner that takes all, you just connect your NFT to it, and then you can claim your reward. So if you win the Sui Viver and say you got like $1,000 worth of prizes and you don't want to claim, you can sell that on the secondary and people can scoop that up too. But it's just another partnership and collaboration we're kind of working with right now to build out some more dApps and stuff. But yeah, go check out Sui Viver as well.
Hey, Millie, question for you. You said you got
Yeah, go
a
ahead.
vault. You said you got a vault. Now, is it going to be rewarding in the native token, or is it going to be rewarding in Sui
Yeah, so
when
we
you
actually
stake?
don't. So it's actually not created yet, but how it's going to work is there will be X amount of Sui backing your Millie tokens. So when you actually, connect your wallet, oh, when you actually connect your wallet, you'll have X amount of Sui backing your Millie. So say you have $50 worth of Millie, there'll be $50 worth of Sui to back it up. So it actually, once you lock it up, it'll be like a, you ever, I mean, I'm sure you messed around with your bots and stuff like that. Similar to, the algorithmic trading bots. It's just gonna, you pick a strategy, low, medium, or high risk, and then basically you set your vault and you forget it. So it's going to be feeding back with probably both, to be honest. You'll be getting Sui, and then we'll probably tie in some farms with some Millie tokens as well.
Okay, so I was going to bring up, because the whole idea, this crypto space it's a cult-like. You're not allowed to diversify your portfolio. So why don't you try to put a spin on it? So if you stake your Millie tokens, you get the option to set whatever other token on the network as well. So you help diversify and grow into a better community because you can support other communities as well. You can tell the communities like, hey, you want to increase your holder account? Okay, do this. Take a look at this. Or you want to increase your volume? Tell your holders to take a look at our token. You want more of this token, but your token's a little high right now. They can take that $30, toss it in here at this current price, get a decent bag, ride the volume, lock it up, set the reward to say, I don't know, Ninja token or the Pokemon token, and then you're just building your Pokemon token, staking your Millie as well. You can give them an option. If you give them an option, they're more likely to feel like they're in control then.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm all up for, being diversified and, helping other communities and, thank for the pumpkin token to actually make this possible. They're the ones creating their own vault And we partnered up with them early on, so we actually have a good relationship to actually build all this stuff out. But yeah, that's definitely doable, especially with all these other tokens. If you haven't gone to the Pumpkin bot yet, they actually, if you're an actual SUI, meme coin or something, you just have to mesh as the dev too, and he'll add you right to the algorithmic trading bot. So you can spot trade, whether you're a market maker or you want to actually spot trade some of these meme tokens, they do support those as well. So I can very easily see how they can just integrate multiple rewards, not just SUI and the MILLIE token as well. So yeah, I will look at that. I'll mention that to him, and that's a great idea.
I think for community building, it would be good because it gets rid of the ego. You know what I mean? There's a lot
The
of people, oh,
magic.
don't buy this token. This token's trash. This token's trash. No, just you let
See how
people
this
set their own
works,
rewards
people?
and then they're in control. So
When you are in this space listening, see how this works, where magic happens. When people start talking to real people, right? When real projects start to talk to real projects, they're out here giving their voice, right? And they deserve some support. Millie has my support on the chart, right? Definitely. You gotta help the peeps out. And look, this is networking. Is this? Look how bullish. I'm so bullish on you guys. By the way, anybody who says do not diverse your portfolio, that's no good, right? I'd rather have holders that risk manage because then you're gonna be a happy holder. You can hodl, right? But unfortunately, everybody here is looking for fast gains. But yeah, that's the way the
not
space
just
works.
that is when you have all your eggs in when you got all your eggs in one
Yeah,
basket, well, there are
stupid.
people
Yeah,
emotionally trade then too, right?
yeah,
It's
that's what
like
I mean.
you leave a chart way too soon. Like look at how many there's a couple people that I know that were in on fuzzy and the chart back when all the tariff and everything was going down and XRP hit $1.61, they pieced out a fuzzy. And I'm trying to tell them, like, guys, why are you leaving? They're like, oh, it's going down. It's meme coin. Everything's crashing. I'm like, guys, XRP just went from like $3.20 roughly, or $3 cents at least,
Yeah,
down to $1.61, and fuzzy only dropped 800K in market cap.
yeah.
How many other meme coins have done that?
Well,
They've all
especially
dropped
yeah,
millions
I
of
would
market
say
cap.
on these newer
Millions.
memes, yeah, on
So
or where XRP now has these newer memes, right? I think people go there and just be like, yeah, we're bullish on it and hodling anyways because XRP is such a hodl chain. So even though it brings
it
on
is, but
some new people that might sell because it is a meme coin and they're fluttering about in the space. I
no,
know
that's
that
fine.
if
As they
if
they
you're
got
not a
bit though
trader,
there.
if you're not a trader, right? If you are not a trader, you are an investor. You need to look for floors then, and look,
Mm-hmm.
floors. The pumps rewards the floor buyers always.
It does.
It
It does.
always
And you
does.
are correct because these people, they sold out at the literal bottom and then it turned around and ran. It just kept going up for like a week and a half straight. Literally, there was like no chance for a dip.
Yeah,
Every little tiny dip, there was just automatically gobbled. And it ran
absolutely.
to 26 million from 2 million. I try to tell everybody the meme, like pay attention to that because all other meme coins dropped millions in market cap. But why, the ones that are staying like the minimal drops, those are the ones you really want to be looking at as well. Because if you notice that, you know that when the market starts to recover, that coin is going to rocket because
And
it
look,
held so
we're
well
looking
during
at
an extremely
Bitcoin, right?
bullish
And
event
everybody.
or bearish event.
Yeah. Well, I
Exactly.
saw Gordon tweeting this afternoon like alt season is just around the corner. No, I don't think alt season is just around the corner. We're probably going to have a relief rally when the dominance drops a little bit, right? But I don't think alt season is there. I hate to see alt season right here because that just means that we're not going to 140, 120, 140, 170, 190K Bitcoin somewhere, right? What the predictions that people have. I would rather have alt season when Bitcoin is way up there because that just means that all that volume will roll into crypto. But I guess they're just engagement farming at that point. Said it this morning that the dominance is probably going to rise. And it did, right? We're almost 64 and a half. We can even go up to 70, 73 around that. And the Bitcoin dominance chart reads differently. And it's not a token that we're looking at, right? That chart, it's something else. So we got to view it with different eyes. Before we go and close out this space, you guys, and let's have a look at Bitcoin. Because we're actually over 95, right? Now I want to see something going here. I want to see something going. It's kind of like touching these areas a little bit too much. Let's look on the hour. Looking a little topped out. There is some again bullish diversions on that hour. That showed a few times before. Yesterday did that a few times before, but it's not really playing out. However, it's also there now on the 2-hour again. And so I'm looking. What am I looking for then? I need a price shot up to like 96.1, 96.1, and then the RSI will top there. And so when some volume comes in, I see it toss a candle in there, right? But this resistance here is pretty gnarly, right? 95 is gnarly, 96, 97 too. So this whole zone is going to take a little bit longer. But I see that the market is starting. Half of the market, we're split down the middle, and I bet you if you look at a fear and greed index, we're split in the middle there too, because all of the tokens that I see, some are bullish on Bitcoin and are in the green, some are not believing Bitcoin at all, and they're in the red, right? And so let's have that look on Sui then. Look on the Sui. Yeah, of course, man. If that Pokemon things comes, then this is game over. So Sui actually looks super bullish on the 2-hour, super bullish on the 2-hour. Golden cross, sell pressure leaving, right? Some buy pressure coming in there. So that short term looking very well. Long term, we're kind of just like Bitcoin being in these, overbought areas on the RSI. But that can actually stay up there for a little while. Also, the RSI doesn't need to come down. It looks like it's always getting some support on that 80 line, which is bullish. So it's also a young chart. So the daily RSI sometimes give a bit of a false signal. It can actually stay up there for a long time when the chart is that young. Bitcoin is doing that on the daily too, straight up in the air, banging against the ceiling quite often. But that weekly, let's look at that weekly Bitcoin, because that's going to be the most bullish thing. We're crossing up, but the D line, the divergence line, is up against that 20 point, and that makes the MACD. You see on the MACD, sell pressure is leaving on the weekly. That's why we're kind of floating up in the air around these prices, right? But I like to see that cross up on the MACD. That golden cross need to come up on the MACD. That means that buy volume is coming in. Then we're going to go to 100, and from there we can attack all-time high. For now, we're still looking to be on track to take out that all-time high, or at least attack it. We're going to get a rejection there, that's for sure. Everybody trades that previous all-time high. This is going to happen. Let's look at Solana then. Solana on the weekly looks juicy too, but it's under the MACD, so it has not even begun to flip bullish on the daily or on the weekly. Also, kind of weekly on Solana, not really fair because it's younger than Bitcoin. So also maybe some false signals there. Let's look in the lower time frame then and see some levels. Wat is er aan de hand, lieverd?
Heb jij die kleine witte eieren gegeten?
Nee. Ja, sorry. Daar gaan we straks even over hebben, oké?
Waar ligt
Daar
die?
gaan we straks even over. Ik heb de microfoon ook open. Ze zijn op. On the 4th hour, we're looking really good on Solana, Jalana. And then what were we looking at? Looks good. Then I'm looking at, let's see, come on, 156. And that's going to be corresponding with some resistance that was in that previous move when coming down. It tried to build some support there, fell through. Was also a big rejection, but it's not really hard. It doesn't look like a really big resistance zone. The big resistance zone is right up there at 100, 180, 184 to 100 to, hold on, 184 to 195. That's a little denser area over there. But if it rips, it will easily break through the resistance right above us, right? So maybe we could even go to the previous wick of 177 if that thing starts popping. But then that will happen when Bitcoin does it, right?
Heel zeker.
Ja, ik weet het heel zeker.
Oké.
Sorry, I had to speak some Dutch. Like a Dutch confirmed. That's fun. All right, yeah. So you guys, that's what. Oh, let's have a look at ETH because ETH is a believer. ETH is believing. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, let's just, for the curiosity of things, start to look where they are getting it from, right? Because there is no. I know that there is some free fall. If we lose 900, then there's a free fall that's 622 range, but not the 500s. I don't get where the 500 somebody comes from. It's not in the chart. Well, well, 622 then, and I don't see any other number of 500 as some sort of support. That would be insane. Now, look, lots of things can happen in crypto, right? But right now, it has seemed that 1423 that we touched, or 1391 that we touched, seemed to correspond with something that happened in March 23, and it actually is now that double bottom, right? And so I think it will work its way up. It's coming on its resistance right now, right? That's gnarly resistance. Not gonna lie, just like Bitcoin, gnarly resistance here. So it would take some time, and then the next checkout point will be 2080. Then the next checkout point will be around 2600, and then we're coming up again in those 3000 areas. That is going to be also gnarly resistance. So let's look at the bigger trend line then, for ETH, because it seems to be moving. It seems to have some pressure. Seems to have some pressure from a trend line. So let's just do a little drawing then, just to, because we're here, and we're doing it. Here we go. All right. I'll just do it for you. So so then I'm looking at a price range of, because of it, that's going to be traded, and if I do a trend line from there, depending on the move, we 3,500 Bitcoin for the next leg up. And then I want to see it hold the floor around 2020 or 2,500 in order for it to stay bullish. So we are still on the higher time frames, making lower lows, right? Especially on that weekly. Now we can look at the weekly from Ethereum. That's not an issue. It's golden crossing up. It does the same. However, still bearish on the weekly. That needs to flip. But of course, Bitcoin is going to do that first. Bitcoin needs to flip on the daily. Then we'll flip on the weekly, start to blink green there, and then off to the races. Because when Bitcoin is making a convincing golden cross on the weekly, every time it does that, we call it's on the stochastic RSI where that crosses up and reaches above that 20 points, right? Uh, for Bitcoin, if you look on the weekly on Bitcoin, every time that happened, it did a run, right? So it did that consistently. So we can then say, all right, when Bitcoin does that rip, and that will make all these other RSIs on these other tokens, because the dominance is so high, curl back up too, and they soon after they will flip bullish on the higher time frames, and then we're looking at a rally. And that's why we got to look at Bitcoin and whatever you're holding, even your meme coin. uh, if it's launched and it did a first rally, it now adheres to market sentiment and it now adheres to dominance. So you could be like, yeah, but I have a meme coin, I don't have Bitcoin, or I don't own any Bitcoin, I have Injective, or I have XRP. Well, XRP would be the actually the outlier here, just like ADA, because they tend to do their own little thing, right? Against the market sometimes. And there's here and there some coins that are outperforming. But for the majority of the tokens, the dominance is where the pressure comes from. It just simply means that right now, 64 point, almost 5% is in Bitcoin. It's not in your alt token. That money is in Bitcoin. And we want to see Bitcoin go up really high. And then the dominance will drop. And then the alt tokens dominance will go up. And that is alt season. Or a relief rally when it needs to, if when it's like 10% or 8% like it did in November, 8% drop and everything was pumping. That wasn't alt season. That's a relief rally. We call those relief rallies. Alt season is when all these layer ones are going to try and take their all-time highs, right? And pump. And there's much more volume coming in. It actually needs to drop more, close to 30%. So if you thought that things were crazy in November, do that times 3 or 4, and that's alt season. And that's going to be even better if Bitcoin is high. The higher Bitcoin is, when that happens, the more money will flood into the system. So having alt season here makes no sense for me. I would be disappointed if alt season happened right now. It would be a disappointing. I like to see a banger of an alt season. That's what we worked for throughout the bear, right? That's what we're here for. So most of our bags that you hodl along are for that moment in time. That's basically it for your the bigger cycle, the macro cycle to play out. And up to then, it's just you need to not get wrecked. You need to stay liquid, so you can make use of opportunities that are coming by, and you got to risk manage and have a good portfolio to support all that, right? Whatever you're bullish on. So that's what happens with the dominance then. But people have a difficulty reading it because they think it's going to get a hard rejection, but it's actually building some support and it's going up so slowly, right? And so might misread that one because it doesn't read as a token. We're measuring dominance here. So, yeah. Where are you, Tick? Oh no, I hear something on the background. Is like, oh, is that like a motorcycle or something? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Oh, annoyings. So yeah, yeah. So a lot of I'll find this space today. Some developers in here, of course. Yes, that's it. That's how you network, you guys. If you want to develop and build things, start connecting because that could be you, right? It might be a talent, undiscovered talent that you have, and actually working with the technology, plug it into crypto. I mean, so bullish. And if you're looking for, yeah, if you're looking for that stuff, I mean, take as I mean, you're handy with that stuff too. Glad I met you. All right, so let's start the song and do our little outro. I'll be happy to see you guys again tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. What's the ticker, you guys? What's the ticker? Let's.
Thank you, Wild. Thank you, Tick.
You're
Great
welcome, Len.
space.
I'll see you in my morning, your night. That's how it goes.
Have a good one, guys and gals.
Here we go. Hold on. Oh, you gotta still play the music. I'm not that fast anymore. It's almost bedtime for Wild. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Thank you, Lamb, for joining. Follow Lamb, right? Follow Bones. He's been sitting up here farming. That's okay. Let's go, Millie. Millie's a ticker, the oldest one, and Suey. Follow Millie. right? Follow everybody in the room. Who cares, right? Let's go. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. I'd love to see you there. Stay bullish.